Alright folks, we are back as France. In between sessions, I did do a little bit of work. One, I revoked a few estate privileges because we are in the age of absolutism now, and I needed this absolutism cap to start moving upwards. Still not as high, cap is still not as high as I'd like it to be, but we're only at 2 right now, so we've got plenty of time to get the rest of the way there. I did also promote a few cultures forward, just to accept a few additional cultures. The other thing I did was I demolished a huge number of forts because we've kind of been inheriting forts for a while from our vassals. Many of them were built in farmlands, none of them were up to date, almost none of them were up to date, and so I basically tore them all down. We will rebuild them, but we're going to do that a little bit over time. Ooh, pause. Better leave it be. Looks like there's a revolt, or I think our vassal has it. I don't think we need knowledge sharing. I think we'll be able to embrace on our own here pretty soon. Everybody wants to offer me knowledge sharing. The other thing that we need to do, we will just purge them. We are not imminently going to war. We're going to start currying favors with the Commonwealth, because one of the wars that we know we need to do is go to Venice for our mission tree. Oh, the House of Foix. Very cool, that's over. We've got a new emperor. Let's see what his traits were. I don't remember. Stab cost. Okay, so not as good as our last emperor with that aggressive expansion reduction, but not a bad emperor either, so that'll work. One of the wars we know we need to do is we need to go to war with Venice. They are allied with Denmark and the Commonwealth, who we do not want to fight. And so we're going to have to pull the Commonwealth into some other just bogus war in order to get them out of the way so that we don't have to deal with that. Meanwhile, it looks like let's bring together all the musketeers that we have trained are in the field. Because we have entered the age of absolutism, we can also bring all of them out. Nobles demand representation. We do not have money like that. No Brunswick. We're going to ignore them, because we do not want to do that. We will also then go over here and we will take that Saint. Alright, we have our new musketeers. I think we will train up. Oh, hold up, we're like getting absolutely spammed here. Let's bring that diplomat back from them. I think this has broken off a couple of our royal marriages. No, Scotland we're still married to, apparently. We are still allied to Brunswick, but we do not need to be allied with Brunswick anymore. Let us dissolve our alliance with them. Thank you. No, Scotland, we were waiting for that royal marriage to break. We're not interested in being allied right now. Let us continue, though, to train up our musketeers, because I think these will be useful to us. And one more, 15, there we go, because these have land fire damage plus 15%, which is huge. So we will take that. Bohemia is preparing to attack Hungary. Guaranteeing the independence of Chile, they are allied with the Papal States and Regensburg. Well, I'm sorry. Hungary, it looks like you're about to have a rough go here. Guess they're gonna come through this very narrow choke point. Looks like we've almost got enough favors with the Commonwealth to call them in. We also have our additional troops. Let's get them together. Let us group up the musketeers. We've got them. Actually, what we'll do is we will merge, pull them together, and then we will merge and split the stack. Académie Française. What is this? This is an academy. Until the end of the game gives a tech cost reduction. It costs a lot of money, but it is fine. We will take that government reform progress. This is... Yep, we have also just gotten to our next government reform rank. And we will go ahead and take the next tier. We do not really need that, and so we're going to take l'État c'est moi, and we will get that additional governing capacity. We're also about to take loans, so we should go to the estates and take the burgher loans rather than... See if we can find those burgher loans. Monopolies, indebted to the burghers. There we go. Let us take that. There we go. That way we don't take a bunch of loans the other way. And we will unpause. Just to let that process through. The other thing we can do is to fill out the remaining ranks of this army. Let's make these the cav armies. So let's pull the cav off of that army. And then we'll reinforce this with just a few regular infantry. This one needs 7 cavalry. This one has absolutely no cavalry on it. We will take the 6 cavalry from here and bring them down here. And this one, we only need 1 more cavalry. Yep, we only need 1. So we will come down and take 1 member of the cavalry off and bring it down there. That way these armies are our most powerful armies because they will be stacked with the musketeers and the cavalry. Alright, we're done in Lucca. Poor uniforms, that is not ideal. Alright, we need to rebuild a few of these armies following that. Because technically the combat width is 30 right now, so we really should have 30 stacks here. But it looks like we've been running 25 stacks, so let's reinforce up to 25. There we go. That way we're at least running our normal template on all these armies. I also queued up a bunch of ships down here because for one of our missions we need more heavies, and so we're steadily building the heavies. This looks like Florence's upgrade is done on its great work, so we can core it at long last. Urbino would like to marry us, we will accept that. Done with the Commonwealth improving relationships. That's the other thing, we do need a big enough fleet to actually contest the, the Commonwealth. Now we can also... I think we're still well ahead of time on that, so we can safely go to accept a few things. We are going to accept Florence and Pisa for sure. I have to wait for Corinth. We had a colony apparently that I didn't even know we had that was working. We are going to have to wait on Florence, so what we're going to do now is core the Irish territory. Omond is not a core, what? We're still waiting on this core to complete. The main reason I'm going to do this is because I noticed that we are losing a ton of money over into the North Sea just because we don't have a lot of trade power here. And so if we will core some of this, then that will probably make it a little bit easier for us to do that. Glad we finished a colony down here. I don't even know. Commonwealth. These core, no, we're still waiting on these cores to complete. Alright, we have improved quite a bit with Brandenburg. which is one of the electors, and they're allied with the Commonwealth, so that's one of the reasons I'm sort of interested in them. We will ally them. Get them on our side in anything that comes, because we know we're going to have to dismantle the Empire. Like, that's something that has to be done at some point, and so we need to continually... We need to get some electors on our side, except... Alright, are we ready yet up here? Ormond is in, so now we can do a little bit of coring. So let us add Munster as a state. Core it all. So I think we conquered a little bit of that, maybe. Add that in. And we will add this state in as well. I think that was all annexed, so there's nothing to core. Then we will come over here. We will core this. And we will do the same for the Isle of Man. There we go. Now that we have added that as a state, we will royal marry them. Now that we have fully stated that, this province, which is currently the only center of trade we have here, needs to be upgraded. It's going to need more development. It's got a pretty good trade good, but what we really have is manpower right now, so let's dump a little bit of manpower in here to get them up high enough. Cool, improve relations. Recruits flock to the standard. Let us upgrade this to a level 2 harbor. This also clearly needs a marketplace. I will do this mainly because we do need mercantilism. Our royal marriage with Scotland is over. Which is very exciting. We are still in truce with them, but we are not in a truce with Scotland. And they are allied with literally no one. Okay, well. Let's group up a few armies here. Because it is time, I think, to teach Scotland a lesson. Let's take them over. I want to make sure we don't underestimate them, though. Alright, let's march north. Let's pick up this army as well, just so we have a full army group ready to go. I believe we have cores on, yeah, we have like, or claims, permanent claims on like all of them. Let's bring this one over here. I think this area down here has cored. Let's go ahead and core the... Nope, Florence is still not done. As soon as that one is done, we will core that as well. See if we need to do any lowering of autonomy over here. Yes, we do. This is also good because it will increase our... Will increase our absolutism by being able to lower all this autonomy. And we don't really care if they rise up over here because we are over here with huge amounts of armies. And I'm pretty... Nope, these are already at low autonomy. Oh, this one can be cranked down. There we go. We have managed to complete a monument down here. I don't think we need any money, but we also don't need... Take that. Alright, what are we about to have? Some rebels. English separatists, that's fine, we're already over here. Scotland has embraced it. That's great, Scotland, because guess what? We're here. Hello, Scotland. Declare war. We will be declaring for... Roxburghshire? Oh, they've allied Brunswick. Brunswick, that was not a good decision. Brunswick, that was a poor choice. Oh, Brunswick is the defender of the Reformed faith. Fascinating. Let's get this army to go deal with Brunswick. This one is acting like... Looks like this army is short some cannons somehow. Let's get a few more cannons into position. Alright, and who is the siege? Neither of these are very good siege generals, honestly. Of course, they're good. Well, there is a fort over here. Okay, forward we go. These armies will need their cannons before they're ready for combat, but when they are, we will be happy to put them into service. Poor Verdun. But I think we can probably handle Brunswick. We will gain some diplo power, which we are always in need of. Where are we being sieged? Oh, they actually have a fair number of troops over here. Let's get this fort down real quick, just to make sure we don't get ourselves into a rough spot where we're trying to siege down a fort in the woods. Let's harsh treatment, which gives us some absolutism. Oh, we got pushed out into that. We do not want to go there. We will retreat as soon as retreat is allowable. Siege of Hanover is over. Excellent. Scotland actually has a pretty decent navy. I guess that's where their efforts went, because I guess I was the only person that was a real threat to them there. I could bring my heavies around and probably, like, win the naval battle, but I don't really want to. We can take a Diplotech, but it's not really time, and, like, we're just... Siege of Braunschweig is over. Like, it's just spreading, so I don't really see any reason to rush. Okay, let's get rid of the Brunswick army. So now the question is, can I... What tech are they on? They're on tech 17. We're on tech 17 too, so we're equal on tech. Have they taken any ideas? I'm trying to figure out how guarded to be. They have taken full defensive and quantity, so that's why they have so many troops. Guess we'll swing out and try to... Because they don't have a general on this army, but they could easily reinforce it. We'll take that cheap advisor. I think this is... They have walked away, and so this is probably a good time to engage. Wow, that is a fast army. Alright, well, we'll come back up here again. Alright, Dumfries is sieged. We will send the better siege leader to their capital. We will walk this person over to Ayrshire, and we will walk this army onto Ulster. Then we will control both sides of the crossing, and so it will be very easy for us to walk back over. Then we'll be able to fully reinforce with our other supporting stack. Okay. Now we should be able to walk across the strait, and this gentleman can walk across onto their army, which they have not even bothered to reinforce, and so that apparently was not even necessary. They've pulled their army completely together there. Let's reinforce. Excellent. Scotland already is interested in getting out of this war, but I do not think they realize the type of situation they are in. Oh, this might be Brunswick, actually. Yeah, Brunswick is the one that wants out. I'm trying to think of what even you could do, because I don't think we have any claims, do we? Yeah, we don't have any claims. They're not a co-belligerent, so taking anything from Brunswick would be very expensive. Because even, like, they're too big to vassalize. Even taking, like, one province is going to generate way too much aggressive expansion, I think. Even though it would be really nice to connect our provinces. So I think it's going to be better to just take cash and then war reps off of Brunswick and push them out of this war. And then let us go to repay all of our loans, so we are back out of debt. And now it is time, I think, to core Tuscany. There we go. Anatomical theater, we already have 100% innovativeness, so we are not going to do that. Siege of Lothian is over. So let's see, do we need to continue this siege any further, Scotland, or can we just wrap this up? Let's see where the... Okay, the two big ports are right here, so those are actually the ones we want the most. So we could walk up here. The coalition is not significant, so this is acceptable. So I think this is the peace deal we are going to take. We will march, we'll de-siege some land, and we may have to siege that fort, and then we should be in good shape. I think my vassal was a little foolhardy. We will summon a diet. Oh, pause. We will take that. We are not losing mercantilism. We will call a diet. Clergy want a cathedral. This one wants Russia opinion. We're not going to get trade power, so I guess we're building a cathedral in Barcelona. Barcelona Church. There we go. All right. Meanwhile, while that is happening, let us go ahead and do a quick check. It's an okay construction project there. Other one, courthouse, should be built in as many places as possible to bring down. Here we go. That'll bring down the amount of admin capacity that we are using. Let's hit that army again. There we go. That's the end of their army, and they are thoroughly demoralized, so hopefully that will mean they are willing to peace. They are willing to peace. There's a small chance of a coalition, but nothing significant, and we will take another big bite out of England, and we'll take all of Scotland ourselves. We will probably keep this because we need to control the North Sea Channel in order to divert trade, so we will do that. And that was also keeps our admin power under control. We are going to need to leave at least one army here, probably in the north. This is a fort in the hills, so we will leave it. This is a fort in the woods, so we will leave it for now. Then we will go ahead and bring these armies probably back to the mainland. And the only other thing I will do before we pause is just grab up a few ships and group them in a central place. But with that, I will look forward to seeing you next time.